In Bangladesh, which is a country of about 150 million people, they're almost all living within meters of a rising sea level on a patch of land no bigger than Ohio. And they're already losing land every year, and it's creating a refugee crisis, and it's going to get worse. Darfur may be the first area in the world that's experiencing what will be a growing spread of resource wars. The conflict there is partly due to prolonged drought, which is in turn partly attributed to climate change. Forests throughout the world are drying up. We're seeing the Amazon natives basically sitting on a tinderbox. Pine beetle infestations are threatening forestry, including here in Canada. Insect vectors are spreading disease. We're getting malaria where we've never seen it before. Coastal Inuit settlements up in our far north are literally being pitched into the sea as the permafrost melts and they become destabilized. Tropical storms are increasing in ferocity, so we have things like Katrina and cyclones in South Asia that displaced millions of people. So hundreds of thousands of lives in the world are already adversely affected by climate change. And if we continue on our current trajectory of emissions growth, global average temperatures will rise by more than 7 degrees by the end of the century. And the last time the temperatures rose that much, and they didn't rise that fast, every animal larger than a pig became extinct. And the news is getting worse. Climate change is advancing more quickly than we had believed. So our policy proposals, even at their best, are weakened by the necessity for consensus. We always end up doing what we can get everybody to agree to, and there's always people dragging the negotiations down. 5 years ago we were told that the Arctic ice would melt sometime in the middle of the next century. Today we're being told that it would probably be gone by 2012. What this means is that we have to quickly reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere already, which is a far more difficult task than just not putting it up there in the first place. And we have to do it quickly before the climate becomes completely destabilized. We need to work to immediately shut down existing coal plants and promise not to open up any new ones. We need to close the exploration of non-conventional oil such as the tar sands, and we need to protect and expand existing forests. In Bali last year, Canada's delegation negotiating climate change treaties for the post-Kyoto period was consistently obstructing meaningful progress. And Canada is now the only Kyoto signatory nation that has declared its refusal to make any effort to meet its targets. We sunshine walkers are not endorsing any party, and we know that any government will have to be pushed. That said, some governments will have to be pushed more. The Sierra Club has a report card of all the party's platforms, and you're welcome to look at it. KYOTOplus is a program that tries to pledge people to commit to the post-Kyoto period, both citizens and politicians. And if you look at both of those sites, one party stands out as dramatically below all others on climate change. Given the emerging information, none of the parties in Canada has a plan that's likely to prove effective enough at achieving the necessary emissions reductions. So if you care about this beautiful planet, and if you're determined to deliver a livable future for tomorrow's children, your responsibility can't end at the ballot box. Politicians will need to be lobbied between elections, and they want to get pushed to do the right thing, believe me. We need everyone to understand the problem and work together. So please go to your congregation, go to your hockey team, go to your quilting circle, your union, your student organization, your seniors resident to PTA, any group that you're involved with. Get them to understand the problem, get them on board, and demand better of your government. This is a human rights issue, it's an economic issue, it's a health issue, it's a social justice issue, it's an issue of a legacy to our children. We want a commitment to clean energy, we want a livable world for our children, and we won't take no for an answer. Thank you.
3, 2, 1!
Sunshine!